If you've watched my channel before, you know that one of my favorite sim racing games is iRacing. However, I know that the iRacing UI is very not noob friendly. So with this video, I am going to tell you everything that you may need to know about starting in iRacing in 2024. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so this is the home page of iRacing. As soon as you open up the game, this is the first thing that you are going to see. This is the homepage. I know it can be very cluttered. Mine probably looks a little bit different to yours just because I play the game a lot more consistently than probably you if you're a beginner. This little tab is just cycling through promos and stuff. You're going to see a lot of probably ads with Sim Magic, new wheel giveaways and stuff like that. That's all a bunch of clutter. The only thing I would say is the most significant on this page is going to be, if you've done a few races already, these are going to be your recent results. It just gives you some activity over the last month, over the last 30-day period. So like I did a few practice sessions last night, so it tells me like, you know, my best lap in that session, my finish positions. You know, I started in 26th, ended in 10th. That was in the last road to 5K video. I'll link that right, let me see, up there. But if you also look on the top right, probably one of the most important things that you're going to need to know, information wise, is what week we're on. The season just happened. It's we're currently on 2024 season 3. Some of the abbreviations that you're going to need to know is just 24S3. That means the year 2024 season 3. Might be good information for you to know. Alright, on the left side here, you'll see this is the main navigation menu. So this is, right now we're on home, so I just click on it. We're just going to stay back here. A lot of this stuff on the side is just navigation, so you click on it, you know. But one of the most important things that you're going to need to know if you're going to keep pace with iRacing is going to be the profile tab. This is probably the most important information if you're going to try and invest a lot of your time and money potentially into iRacing. So what are these? These are your licenses. So you see there's oval, sports car, formula car racing, dirt oval racing, and dirt road racing. These are all the categories that you can possibly run in iRacing. It used to be back in the day they had sports and formula together and it used to just be road, but because there are so many series now and so many cars on sports car, and now they're coming out with more on formula, they separated the two. So now it's a sports car and formula car. So you'll see here that there is Class A, Class B. On these two, oval and dirt oval, I'm rookie. On dirt road, I'm Class D. These are the ratings that you need to pay attention to in order to drive certain cars. So if you're in rookie, you're only going to be allowed to drive those rookie cars. In Class A, you can drive everything from rookie to Class A. So in sports car, I'll be able to basically drive every single sports car in this game because I'm a Class A rating. Another example would be the formula car racing. I can drive every single formula car up to Class B. So I think the only formula car above Class B would be the F1 car. So I wouldn't be able to do the F1 car, but that's not a very popular series anyways. All right, and under, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll probably see NPR statistics. This is going to tell you when you can promote to your next license rating. So your safety rating is how safe you are in a race. So this safety rating, it can be classified as 2.2, 2.8, 2.5. You'll still see some people at like 3.6, something like that. So, and then it goes all the way to 4. And once you get to 4, and say you completed the 4 races that are at your class, then you will promote immediately at 4.0. A class is the highest class, so from my B class I can go up to A class, and so basically it tells you everything that you need to know to get to the next license class. So you can see my SR is not ready yet. I'm at 2.86, and you need 3 to promote at the end of the season, and you need to race 4 B class races at least in order to get to the next license rating as well. So in order for me to get to B to A, I need to do 4 B class formula races before, even if I have 3.0 safety rating, I have to complete those 4 races in order to get to the next license rating. All of these licenses need to be leveled up individually. So if I race in sports car, it's only going to be doing my sports car rating. If I do formula car, it's only going to be doing my formula car rating, and etc. So in order for me to get dirt oval or even normal oval, I would have to race those oval series. So is it possible to lose or demote your safety rating or licenses? Yes, absolutely. That is the skill, part of the skill in iRacing, being able to maintain these license ratings as well. I believe if you go, you can be under 2, but you can't go under 1. You can be at like 1.1, 1.5, 1.8. But if you go under 1, you immediately demote to the next license. So if I'm at 1.1 and I get 10 off tracks, and then it gets me down to like it would be 0.9 or whatever. It would just demote me immediately to class C. So how do you keep it, maintain it, or promote? So you need to have clean races, incidents. So off tracks, you get 1. Slowdown penalties, if you have a slowdown penalty, I don't think that counts as an incident. If you make car contact, that's 4 times. And all of these, you know, if you get any, it's better to have 0 or maybe like 1 or 2, you still get more. But it also depends on how many laps you run, how many corners are in each lap. And I think it also takes into consideration what the lap time is. So it's a big complicated, I don't know the specifics of it, but I know it's a really complicated calculation. If you're on a track that has maybe 10 turns, that runs for 20 minutes, and each lap is a minute 40. It's like, so for like something at Spa has a lot of turns, not that many laps. And depending on if you're running a 20-minute race, 15-minute race, 30-minute race, an hour-long race, you're gonna get your license is gonna fluctuate depending on if you DNF, if you crash, if you have no incidents. I know people who run the endurance races, and they jump from like B class 2.5 to like A class 3.5 or something like that. So the longer the races, the more corners you do, obviously you're going to get more per race. So if you're running these short races, like 20-15-minute races, you're not going to be getting that much per race, even if you keep it at 0. You just got to keep that into account if you're trying to grind your safety rating. It's also good to know that, say you get wheel damage in the middle of a race, and you crash into the wall, and it's you get the meatball flag. So you get the meatball flag, something like that, and you have to go into the pits, and then you DNF. That will obviously take a big chunk out of your safety rating because you didn't run that many laps. I'm sure if you have crashed into a wall, you get 2 times, 4 times for that, and it takes that into consideration too, so you'll lose a lot of safety rating if you do that way. So throughout what I was explaining, you might be wondering, what are these big numbers next to the safety rating, like 2.6k or 3.4k? That is your I rating. So that is basically your skill rating. If you play League of Legends, it's basically LP. In Valorant, it would be your RR, or any other game that's a skill-based game. That's what IR is. That's just basically how good you are at the game. So if you watch my Road to 5k series, my goal is to get to 5,000 I rating. That's just the goal of that series. So that's a goal I set for myself. Nothing happens at 5,000, it's just a goal. But if you do a few races, it should just give you a straight up I rating, and then you can grow from there. There's no prizes for getting to a certain I rating, which is something I think iRacing should definitely add some incentives so that people will care about the I rating. But so far, it's kind of just a pride thing. But yeah, that's basically I rating, or IR, is basically how good you are at the game. And it's also separated between each license. So as you can see, I have different I ratings for Formula, for sports car, for dirt road. So if it doesn't splash in or like a leak into any of the others as well. So if I participate in a Formula race, I'm only going to be getting I rating for that Formula race. So let's get into the good stuff. The official tab is going to be the tab that most people are going to want to look for or need help getting into. So you can see this is what's going to look like. It's just gonna spill every single series that's going on right now. So this is a long list of cars, and you might be overwhelmed at first. Like, there's a lot of language here that people might not really understand, or like not even know, like especially because there's so many sponsors like NASCAR Xfinity and like Sim Magic and Fanatec, stuff like that. It might be really confusing for you. So let's break it down. What do you need to look for? I'll tell you right now. Probably the easiest way for noobs to kind of sort through the pile of all these series is using the filter tab. I know a lot of people do not care to use filters in most games, but in this iRacing, at first, it's going to help you a lot. So if you click on this filter that says all series right here, you're going to see, meets NPR, ranked, unranked, stuff like that. The best way for you is like to find the car that you want or need to drive. So for example, if you want to get into Formula racing, click Formula car. It'll bring up all the series that are only pertaining to Formula cars. So you can see there's a little symbol right here, like a little F1 car right here. This is all the Formula series that are going on right now, from I think rookie all the way to A class. So A class would be like the F1, and then rookie class would be these Formula 1600 cars, which is decently new, but this is like the the one that you want to start with in order to level up your Formula safety rating. So like from rookie all the way to A. And then the tags, will let you say if you wanted to look at only the rookie ones. You click on rookie, and these are the 2 rookie classes that are going on right now. If you say you're at D class but you want to explore, you just look at the eligible, right? So if I'm at B class, so if I look at only the eligible ones, it's gonna show, like, you know, from rookie all the way to B, and it would just basically take out any of the A class ones as well. So if you're looking for the series that you only want to drive, or only unique, or you are only able to drive, definitely use the filter tag. That way you don't have to scroll through all these series just to look for the one that you want. And if you keep the tags there, the tag and the filter there, if you exit the game, it'll still stay there for the next, so you don't have to filter every single time. It's gonna keep you on the eligible and the formula cars if that's what you set it to. If you set it to like dirt oval, and I don't know if you want to do on it, just see it all. If you see the eligible ones, it's gonna stay like this, even if you close it and come back tomorrow or something like that. You can also tell a lot of information just by looking at the tabs. So you want to do this, if you wanted to do this Rainmaster series, you can see that's Class D on a sport. This is the sports car group. It's 15 minutes long, so the race itself is 15 minutes. It's a fixed setup. You can see where it's at. So this is at Mugello this week, and the car is the Ferrari 296 GT3, and it starts at 7:15. So it's a lot of information that you need to know. It's pretty simple, but I know if you're looking through all these series, and it's going to be a little bit confusing for a noob. And you can also favorite a series. So say that's what this little star tab is next to tags. So I have, like, you know, I have the F3 series favorited. So if I just click this, then it's gonna show all of the series that I have favorited, including you know, if I favorite a sports car series. So let's get rid of that. Let's just go to sports car, and then say I favorite the Mazda MX-5 Cup series or whatever. Then I would go here. Oh, sorry, let me go to all series and just go here. They would show every single series that I have favorited through each license and stuff like that. You can also go to the up next tab. So up here is basically, it's just basically the same thing as the official series tab, except it's just gonna tell you, you know, it's very simple without the pictures. You can probably see a lot more at a time. You can see what's coming up next. So you can see the start time at 7:30. All these ones are going on right now. So like registration ends in 6 minutes. It'll tell you, you know, if you filter it by, let's say, formula, and then you wanted to do eligible, then you just do that, go to the filtered, and then boom, it's only showing you the formula ones. And some people prefer this one. I personally don't care, because I've raced iRacing long enough, so I kind of know what I'm looking for. Yeah, if you needed to go to the up next tab just to see what's going on, then you know, if it's easier for you, then go ahead and do it. So you might be wondering to yourself, like, why can't I race right now? Like, I'm looking at, I scroll to my my series. So let's say you wanted to do the Formula series, and say you looked at the series you wanted to do the Super Formula Lights that's fixed at Canada, but I'm looking and I can't, like, there's no race scheduled for something like that. Why can't I race this? Each series starts at a specific time, so you can see that this race, the next race after this one would be at 8:45. Each series in iRacing is scheduled, and usually you can bounce between some of the series in a specific license class, like Formula or whatever, if you time it right. But each series is also a different length of time too, so all the fixed races in Super Formula Lights are all 20 minutes, and they're going to start at the even hour. So this is 6 p.m., 6:45, 8:45, 10:45, 12:45. If you look at the Super Formula Lights open setup, which is this one, it's at 7:45. So open setup and fixed setups run right after each other. So if you want to do fixed, open, fixed, open, fixed, open, which is usually what I do, they usually time it pretty well so that you can do both back to back to back. That way you don't have to wait 2 hours or an hour for the next race, and then you miss it because, oh shoot, like, I wasn't keeping track of time. But they do, they are in different tabs. So don't forget that if you're running open and fixed, that you have to go between the two tabs. So you just can't forget that part. You can see this race starts at 7:15. This is 7:30, 7:45, 8 p.m. So races will generally start quarter hour, half hour, 3/4 an hour, and then on the hour. So that's 15. Like, that would be the 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, and 8. So that way it allows you to kind of time it. And some series you can do back to back, even if they're different. you know, so it kind of helps people like keep track of time and stuff like that. But that's because all the races are scheduled. All right, so if we go into the actual series itself, let's just go into the Formula C series. There's a lot of information that you have here. It tells you the car, it tells you the track that it's at right here. So it's at Spa this week. It tells you the atmospheric temps, and you can even see the schedule. So say you wanted to do Formula 3 all year long or all season long, right? Say you're looking at the Formula 3 series. You're like, what tracks do I need to buy in order to like participate in the entire season? This is what you would look at. You would look at schedule. It's the third tab over after sessions. So it's starting at Spa, obviously, so you can see it tells you the dates in which it's starting. So Races C even tells you races every even 2 hours at 15 past. You can even click drive now just to practice it, and then it goes 13 weeks, or 12 weeks, sorry. 13th week is like the new content week. But yeah, it goes 12 weeks, so you can see the last week is at Virginia International Raceway. And it just tells you every single, you know, it tells you the lap count. So if you needed to like practice for, I want to practice for next week's Watkins Glen Formula 3 series, you'd be like, okay, I need to get enough fuel to measure for 15 laps. It's on a standing start, and it's in the afternoon. So then you can set those settings on the practice test drive tool, and then you could practice that if you really wanted to. So we're just gonna speed run through the next kind of stuff on the menu. We've kind of gone into the more important stuff of iRacing, but if you are interested in these tabs, might as well just go run through and explain it to you. These leagues tabs are basically league racing. It's the same as F124. Hosted races are basically open lobby. If you play F124, they're basically open lobbies. These do not go or help your safety rating license at all. It doesn't give you any iRating as well. Some of these cars are like legend cars, so they're cars that are no longer in their official rotation of iRacing, but people still enjoy them, so they'll host sessions. Some of them are locked, so if people want to just play with their friends, they'll lock them with a password. The ones you can join just openly are these little checkmark ones. These means like you're okay to go. Teams. If you do endurance racing, this is very important for you. But these are all the members of my team. I don't even do endurance racing as much anymore. So if you form a team, register your entire team into, say, the Nürburgring 24-hour, and then it would just submit all the members of your team, and then you guys could all, you know, cycle through drivers as a team and stuff like that. So if you just wanted to watch, say you're doing, I guess, a YouTube video on, you know, spectating MX-5s or spectating whatever, or if you just wanted to see what it's like to race in a session, you just go to the Spectate tab, like, oh, do I think that this car is cool, but I want to see it in action, I can't find it on YouTube, let me just wait for a session that's going on right now, and then you can just view a session, and then you can just watch it. So these are all the splits that are going on right now. You see top split, second split, third split, bottom split. So you see the strength of fields are different. So the top split obviously is going to be the highest split and like the most, the fastest, best people driving right now. And then the bottom split is going to be like kind of like the rookies and all those people like that aren't as good at the series. All right, so time attack. What is time attack? Basically, it's competitive time trial. Essentially, this goes onto a global leaderboard, and you can. So it's a competition though, so you can like win it essentially, and they resets. So if you get like say the highest or the fastest lap on the Dallara IR01, then I'm sure you get something. But you have to also buy the track in order to do this one as well. I personally don't do time attack as well, so I'm not as informed. But I know that's about the general rundown of like how to do time attack. Alright, AI single player. This is pretty straightforward. There are a bunch of templates, like say like you want to race the W13 and then you want to just do it without having to set up all the settings yourself. You can start with the template and it'll basically just run you down. These are like, you know, a bunch of tracks that you would go to, and then against AIs though. So this would just be against, you know, computer AIs. If you play F124, it's the same thing as just running against like a Grand Prix race without any human players there, but this is with a bunch of cars. You can do the GR86, the Mazdas, the Porsche Cups. You can even do Super Formula Lights AIs. It's pretty straightforward. It's just races against the AI. All right, results and stats. Basically, all this is just seeing all the results and stuff that you gain from the races that you've done in the past. So you can filter these as well. If you go to event type, say like race, or if you want to do it by date. So this is the latest stuff that I've done. You can see this is the last race I did. You can click view results. It'll tell you exactly. It stores the results, which is pretty useful if you just want to keep track of like, you know, how much did I gain from that race, or if you just wanted to look just for nostalgia purposes. You can see I gained 18, I gained 0.1 in safety rating. You can see what your strength of field was, almost 3,000 for that race. So I'm pretty sure this was a top split race. You can see all the other stats too. You can see I got, well, this is the incident tab. INC stands for incident. So you can see I got 1 incident from that. You can see how many championship points you have. So 119. See the fastest laps, best lap times, your average lap time. See how many laps you led. You can see the interval, how far away you were from the leader. So I was 19 seconds away, almost 20 seconds away from the leader. You can also see if people DNF. So you can see all these 5 at the bottom, they disconnected. Place that you started in, so I started in 26th and I ended up in 10th. And then replays. So I don't race on this computer, so it's not stored on this computer. At the end of a race, or if you before you quit out, it'll say if you want to store race replay. I always do, just for like YouTube and you know, content purposes. You don't have to, because sometimes it takes a lot of data on people's computers. But the file itself is not like MP4 and MOV or something like that. It stores it as like RPY, because that's iRacing's like video format. You can only open that replay on the iRacing client itself. So even if you save it, you have to have you can only open it or watch it through the iRacing client itself. So here's some, I guess, some little tips to help you out. Maybe spend less money on iRacing, like, you know, if you're in the future. So if you participate in a series, you'll see that you can, so D through C series, you'll see that I participated in week 1 of 8. So obviously you can, out of 8 weeks, there's 12 total weeks in a iRacing week season. But you only need 8 for this. So if you participate in all 8 weeks, you get free credits actually. So if you click to learn more here, I think it should tell you. So here you get $4 of iRacing credit for C and D, and then $7 of iRacing credit per A and B series. And I guess the maximum credit you can get per season is only $10. So if you do like 1 A and B and 1 C and D, or you can do 3 C and Ds to get 10 maximum credits, you know, I think that's maybe a car. I think it's maybe a track or something like that. I forget how much how expensive it is, but it's like a nice little incentive to just keep racing and try and keep up every week for that. But you have to participate in at least 8 of those weeks in one specific series. So it has to be 8 weeks in like Super Formula Lights in order to get that $4 credit. But you also might be wondering, if you get a track, do I get all the components that come with it? Yes. I think there's a few exceptions. I think the Nürburgring has like 3 configurations that you would have to buy separately. But for most tracks, like for example Fuji, there's the Grand Prix and the No Chicane. I didn't have to buy those 2 separately because I know iRacing can be a lot of money. But say for the Algarve, it has a few kind of, you know, configurations that you can set it to. You just have to make sure you do the right one for your whatever you're trying to practice for. So say like I'm trying to practice for Brands Hatch, but this is only the half track. Then you have to, or like, you know, the rallycross track, you have to set it to the Grand Prix track in order to actually practice that configuration. This is kind of iRacing related. I mean, it is iRacing related, but some of you might be wondering, if you watch my stream, or if you see any of my videos, or if you see other people's videos, you might be wondering, how are these people getting these sick-ass liveries or these sick-ass cars that look cool, you know, these custom designs? It could be, oh, this looks like exactly like the McLaren, or it looks like, or some people have their own custom ones designed for them. It's basically trading paints. So this is the website. It's called Trading Paints. They have it for a lot of cars as well. Some of the legacy cars as well, which is like the cars are no longer in the rotation. So say you were like, oh, I wanted to look at the new Mustang GT3. Then you would click on Mustang GT3, and these are all the liveries that you would look through. Say you wanted the American GT3 because that looks sick. You know, part of the memes, you know, eagle noises. You would have to there's something that you have to download actually on your computer. It's not very big, but you would go and download that thing, and then it would stay on in the background, and then you would just click race this paint, and then this website sends that to sends a signal to the app that you have downloaded on your PC, and then boom, you would just automatically get this paint download. You don't even have to download any files, because I think it downloads it for you, and straight onto your PC. So you would just click race this paint, and then boom, you would get that livery immediately. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. I hope this video helped you out, whether you're new, whether you're a veteran, whether you're a little bit better than new. I hope this information helped you start out in your career of iRacing. I know iRacing can be very overwhelming at first, whether it's racing or whether it's actually like just trying to get into a race itself. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below if I missed anything. If you have any questions or anything that I did not get into in this video, be sure to drop a comment. I always look at comments, and if you need any help, or if you want to just join my Discord, which is also in the description, be sure to join the Discord. You can even DM me directly, and if you have any questions about anything that I said or anything that I may have missed, I'll be sure to answer as soon as I possibly can. I'm not trying to gatekeep. I want more people to join iRacing so that they can get more content, more stuff out there, because I am an enthusiast of iRacing myself. It's basically my favorite sim racing game, so if I can make it noob friendly or help other people get into iRacing and get it to love it as much as I can, I'm gonna do my due diligence and help anybody out that I can. However, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try to beat you on track, because I'm still trying to be the fastest that I can possibly be, and that's probably means faster than you. But anyways, boys, that's all the time I have for today. Really appreciate you all. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, join my Discord server, follow me on Twitch just to catch me live, and I will see you guys later. Peace.